from the IBRAHIM City in Accra. Welcome to Newsnight on Metro Television. We're streaming live on Facebook at Metro News and live on your DSTV channel 277. My name is Akufo.
My name is Nana Yoinchi. Coming up in 60 minutes. Opposition NDC demands investigation into what they describe as a wrongful termination of the Ghana Power Generation Company contracts, which has caused the country 170 million judgment debts.
And also, invitational traders of ASAFO market in the Kumasi metropolis suspend market activities in protest over the continuous flooding of the market. Meanwhile, 5 persons have so far died due to floods in the market.
Also, still to come, onion traders at the AWAL market remain defiant despite a 500,000 city transportation allowance to enable them cut their goods at Ajinkotoku.
And in sports, the 2021 Wimbledon Tennis Open Championship is underway in London.
Still from the foreign front, news elsewhere. Democratic Republic of Congo imposes curfew in Benin after a string of weekend bombings. Let's now take you through our first story. The opposition NDC is calling for investigation into what they describe as a wrongful termination of the Ghana Power Generation Company contract, which has caused the country $170 million judgment debt. According to the National Communications Officer of NDC, SAMMY, both government and the government of Ghana and the Attorney General had no legal justification for terminating the agreement. Derek Addo has more in this report.
$170 million judgment debt against the government of Ghana at the London Commercial Court of International Arbitration after a contract signed by the MOHAMMED government is alleged to have been wrongfully terminated. Speaking to the media, Communications Officer of the NDC, SAMMY, said the termination of the contract has no legal justification in the first place.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, it is crystal clear from the foregoing facts that are contained in the arbitral award that this huge judgment debt of $170 million has been occasioned by the criminal negligence, incompetence, and recklessness of the Akufo government. Their willful recklessness in terminating the GPGC EPA on the basis of contrived and frivolous excuses is the reason why Ghana has been slapped with this avoidable judgment debt.
He accused the Attorney General, Godfrey Dame, and the government of being incompetent and sloppy in the way they handled the court process to save Ghana from the judgment debt.
The NDC is appalled and disgusted by the incompetence, sloppiness, and recklessness that was displayed by the MPP Akufo government, particularly the AG's department in the conduct of this case. In any serious jurisdiction, the Attorney General, Godfrey Dame, and the Solicitor General, who are paid by Ghanaians to defend the interests of the state in legal matters, and who were actually involved in the conduct of this case, would have been held accountable or resigned by now.
He called for investigations into the termination of the GPGC EPA contract, adding all persons who might have wrongfully caused financial loss to the state be punished.
The NDC, ladies and gentlemen, hereby calls for investigations into the circumstances surrounding the unlawful termination of the GPGC EPA. We also demand that all officials of the Akufo government who were directly or indirectly involved in the processes leading to this huge financial loss to the states are held responsible and punished for same. But in the likely event that President Akufo, the mother serpent of corruption, who is himself complicit in this matter, fails to act, a future NDC government will investigate this matter and ensure that those responsible for the wrongful termination of the GPGC EPA and avoidable judgment debt and financial loss it has caused the nation are brought to book.
Let's now talk about the 2021 population and housing census, as President Akufo has urged all Ghanaians to cooperate with census officials to ensure a successful execution of this year's exercise. He spoke after the chief statistician, Professor Kobena Enim, visited his Nima residence to capture his data and that of other members of his household.
Chief Statistician Professor Kobena Enim visited the President and his wife, Rebecca Akufo, at his residence at Nima. The President becomes the first citizen to be counted after Census Night. According to Professor Kobena Enim, the census will form the basis of policy and planning for education, employment and health systems in the country.
Just for statistical purposes, we're not going to identify individuals in the data collection, and this is reference to our Statistical Service Act 1009, that was 1003, that was passed in 2019. Specifically, Clause 50 talks about strict confidentiality, so the information that you're going to provide would not be used for any targeting of persons or targeting of specific groups of people. It's going to be used only at the aggregated level. The data that we're going to put out there for further analytical work would de-identify all the personal information in there, and for that matter, it would be an anonymized data. Again, Clause 54 of the same Act, Your Excellency, assures providers of information that we're not going to release that information for any use, such as for tax purposes. So we are sure that this is strictly for statistical reasons.
President Akufo encouraged all Ghanaians to partake in the exercise.
But it is extremely important that each and every one of us, everybody who was here on Census Night, i.e. last night, the 27th of June, no matter where you come from, no matter your ethnic origin, no matter your religious persuasion, no matter your political affiliation, so long as you're a human being who was here last night on Census Night, you're entitled to be counted. And that is the exercise on which the Government Statistical Services embarked on and it has begun with me. So I want to encourage everybody to participate in this exercise, to make sure that we have all the information that a census is meant to provide. It is not by accident that every 10 years, the United Nations and global bodies responsible for population have insisted that every nation should count its population, should count the number of people who are present on Census Night.
The exercise ends on Sunday, June 11.
Former President John Akufo has urged Ghanaians to put aside their religious and ethnic differences and cooperate with officials of the Ghana Statistical Service during the 2021 Population and Housing Census. He spoke to Metro News when he was visited by the Deputy Government Statistician Araba Forson to get counted.
As part of efforts to get every Ghanaian counted, a team led by Deputy Government Statistician Araba Forson visited the residence of former President John Akufo. Prior to the enumeration process, he admonished Ghanaians to sidestep religious and ethnic differences and cooperate with census officials.
If it's religion, and I said I was a Christian and Catholic, go back to the Bible and you see that Joseph and Mary had to travel to a place where they were to be counted. That's where our Lord was born in a manger, on the way to be counted. So it's not new, it's from ancient times. If you are talking of a nation must know the size of its population. And why do we need to know our numbers? We need to know to facilitate governance, for government to plan if it's provision of social services. And everybody demands fair share. If we do not know your numbers, how do we give you fair share? So let's all get counted. Tribe, religion, gender, they all take secondary seat to be behind the numbers of citizens. When you say you are a citizen, it means you are entitled, you are included in the governance of your community and the nation.
For his part, board member of the Ghana Statistical Service, Professor Robert Darkon Osei, explained how necessary the 2021 census is.
Essentially to enable planning to be undertaken, and that is why periodically we actually undertake the census so that we can be sure that our projections with respect to population and the distribution of the population across the country is correct, and that then feeds into the planning of the country, okay, so that every part of the country can benefit from the developments of the nation.
For Metro News, Shadrach Odame Ejare, Pediasi.
The Upper West Regional Director of the Ghana Statistical Service says a total number of 1,845 enumerators and 408 supervisors have been dispatched to carry out the census in the region. He also added that measures have been put in place to ensure that remote areas also benefit from the national exercise. Here's a report filed by Metro News' Adams Musa. Read to you.
According to the Regional Statistical Service, the Population and Housing Census will afford government the opportunity to collect data in every part of the country to enhance policy formulation and distribution of state resources. Upper West Regional Minister Dr. Hasif bin Salih, who was also counted, urged the people in the region to get themselves counted.
The population census is a very important exercise, and I want to use this opportunity to call on the people of the Upper West region to get themselves in readiness for them to be enumerated. What the Statistical Service is doing is to collect data on human beings as well as properties. This would enable the government and other interested organizations to be able to use the data that will be gathered for planning purposes as well as other relevant usage.
The Regional Statistical Service Director said a total of 1,845 enumerators and 408 supervisors have been deployed to carry out the exercise in the region. He assured the general public all areas in the region will be visited by the team of enumerators and supervisors.
Once the data is gathered, it will enable government to plan. It will also put government in the right place when it comes into the distribution of resources. It will ensure that every nook and cranny of this country gets its required resources. That is why I'm urging the people of the Upper West region to make themselves available to be counted.
Still staying with the census, the Ghana Statistical Service is assuring Ghanaians of their security of their personal data as the population and housing census swing into full gear across the 16 regions of Ghana. Director of Survey and Census Organization Abnao Seyakuto says the welfare of the enumerators and supervisors have been prioritized in order to guarantee operational efficiency. She said this on Metro TV's Good Afternoon program hosted by Francisca Kakraforsen.
The Ghana Statistical Service began the 2021 Population and Housing Census on 27 June 2021. The exercise, which is expected to run until July 11th, has engaged the services of over 68,000 enumerators. Director of Surveys and Census Organization, Abena Asamobia Osei Akoto, and Director in charge of Recruitment and Training at the Ghana Statistical Service, Dr. Peter Tichi Pepra, says the welfare of enumerators and supervisors has been adequately catered for. They further added that the security of the data taken is guaranteed.
Has sworn the oath of secrecy, any staff. And even when we take on temporary staff, we ensure that they take that oath. It's important because we are dealing with people, and we should ensure that information about people don't go out. It's enshrined in our law.
Anyone who has been trained as a field officer at least has knowledge about the objectives and the importance of the exercise. Definitely those who are the elite group will definitely interrogate why you are there and so on and so forth. If they have doubts, we have a number made known to the public. We have a toll-free number, 0800 426 426.
In response to the petition letter issued by the Fulanis on issues related to the classification of the population and housing census, Abena Asamoah Osei Akoto had this to say.
The unfortunate thing was that they said we've misclassified them as to where they actually belong to. They wrote a letter to us, we sat with them, we deliberated, and then we've aligned them properly to where they belong.
So settled.
It's settled. And it's not only the Fulanis, there are others that come. They write officially to us, we sit with them, and then they also help us align them appropriately to where they belong.
Miho government statistician Professor Samuel Kobena has warned his outfit would be forced to apply its sanctions on persons who fail to participate in the ongoing 2021 population and housing census. His warning follows a refusal of some individuals to partake in the ongoing exercise. He's been speaking at a press conference here in Accra.
Speaking during a press encounter over the weekend, government statistician Professor Samuel Kobena raised concerns on the need for all citizens to get counted to enable government generate accurate data for national development. He indicated that his outfit will continue to convince Ghanaians who are doubtful of the exercise through education and publicity.
On the 8th of July, if you've not been enumerated, please make use of our call center number, and the numbers are 0800 426 426, again 0800 426 426. This is our toll-free number, and we urge persons in Ghana to take advantage of it and call us starting the 8th of July if they have not been enumerated. We have other regular numbers, and these are 0591 476893, 0591 476895. So the stamps are the same. The only thing that varies are the last two digits, that is 93 and 95, and the stamps are 0591 4768, 93 and 98.
He, however, warned that the law will be allowed to take its course if persuasion to get people counted fails.
Persons in specifically the Talensi district, the Bongo district, the Bolgatanga district, and in districts in Greater Accra, specifically the Krowo district and Lejokuku district, where we have persons declining in the exercise. We are urging them to be aware that it has a legal obligation. Ghana Statistical Service, as you know, has not pursued this legal dimension of the work. We are urging you because it's a civic responsibility, but otherwise we should be reminded that Clause 54 indicates that once you decline to participate in the activity or you urge persons to decline in the activity, the consequences are either imprisonment or a fine. And we don't want to stretch the discussion to that point. We should go about our normal duties. We should not travel for the exercise. Census is about convenience. We're going to count you once at the right time and at the right place. You count, get counted.
The 2021 census is expected to end on July 11, 2021.
You're still watching Newsnight here on Metro Television. We'll take a short break. We're back with more stories.
The search for a reliable partner in dealing with your U-turn bus needs has been made easier and convenient with SA Automobile. SA Automobile, formerly U-Turn Ghana Limited, has been in the business of offering quality U-Turn product and services at competitive rates. At SA Automobile, our team of expert staff, management, engineers, and mechanics professionally deal in the sale of U-Turn buses, genuine spare parts, its repairs and maintenance at a highly effective workshop with remarkable speed. We also have available the sale of Camel car batteries, Weichai and Kia spare parts, Zonton coaches and light-duty vehicles for everyday movement. Contact us on 020-000-0831 or 054-555-7500. You can also email us info@saautomobilegh.com or visit our website at www.saautomobilegh.com. SA Automobile, the pleasure of doing business with you is all ours.
Football and nothing a high sense as sponsor Euro 2020. Edia Mauno. Nesa Suntina Yatiti TV say who? Edia Mauno. A high sense Euro 2020 TV super promo. Kahoe Kwajo brand new high sense TV and Nebuad Dafo. Pictures near clear na color near deep. Sound quality this dear one it here. High sense TV so dear entry power. About down one access you are. Akona kono utusa barefoot. 18th June, Akufo 11th July. A high sense Euro 2020 TV super promo. Emma Refisa, high sense and Kwan, Emma 5 years warranty. A high sense Euro 2020 TV super promo. Akosuwa high sense showrooms. I want Ghana for Nanina. What you would ya Nansenya? High sense, everyday prices for everyday people. High sense, official sponsor at the Euro 2020.
You're welcome back. Let's now do some health stories where workers at the PANTANG government hospital today hit the streets to demand government intervention on the encroachment on lands belonging to the PANTANG government hospital. Officials at the hospital say until the authorities remove the unlawful occupants on the hospital lands, they will not resume work and give care to the patients who are earlier already complaining. And their situation has yielded no more response. Veteran News Elvis Addo has the rest of the story.
Because of the encroachment, we have now new brought up slums whereby dubious things goes on there and our safety is not safe. Yes, because sometimes when you close for afternoon shift and you're walking even through our pavement, you are being attacked, you are being nabbed. 2013, we have made our concerns, we've made our various concerns to the various powers that be. And anytime it's like, we'll solve it, nothing happens. 2017 it happened, they promised us, they didn't do anything. 2020, just last year, the Minister of Health and powers that be were informed. They said they would come here, put up a wall around the hospital, give us a police station, yet nobody. The wall was not even up to 10%.
These were some concerns raised by the health officials at the PANTANG hospital earlier today to drum home their plea for government to intervene in getting the encroachers off the hospital lands. Dr. Ales Owusu is General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association at the PANTANG hospital, and he had this to say.
PANTANG hospital is defaced at the frontage by unauthorized structures, kiosks, containers, and then permanent commercial and residential buildings as a result of land grabbing by private developers. The Municipal Assembly maintains that no one has been given permit for these structures, and yet the same Assembly has shown little or no interest in taking measures to reverse the worrying trend.
He added a police post, which was constructed about a year ago, has not had any security personnel occupying it till date. And until their concerns are heeded to, and all encroachers who have unlawfully occupied their lands are relocated, they will not provide their services as health officials.
We have, as a last resort, resorted to running away from danger effective today, the 28th of June 2021, until steps are taken by the government to make our work and residential environment safer.
The indefinite strike, tagged #RunForYourLife, according to the health officials at the hospital, will not end if the appropriate authorities do not act fast to remedy their plight.
We now take it to the Ashanti region, where economic activities at the ASAFO market in the Kumasi metropolis came to a halt on Monday as traders suspended trading activities to protest over the continuous flooding of the market. They are accusing the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly of selling portions of the market to a private developer to construct stores. What's more, they have expressed a project is being sited on drains and hydrants, which they say is impeding the free flow of water. Here's a report filed by Metro News' Ashanti regional correspondent Addo Bassett-Tiliman. Read to you.
The ASAFO market is one of the busiest markets in the Kumasi metropolis. The heavy downpour in the metropolis last week flooded the entire market, leading to destruction of properties running into thousands of Ghana cedis. This, the traders alluded to the ongoing construction of new stores at the market, which they claim is being built on drains and has thus blocked the free flow of water through the market. The traders, in a desperate attempt to register their displeasure over the state of affairs, suspended market activities on Monday and closed all shops. The traders, clad in red, marched through the streets of ASAFO before converging at the market to express their concerns.
The drainage system in the market is very, very poor. There was a fire outbreak here, and they brought in a contractor named Alhaji and Medina Constructions, and he came here to renovate the market, the place where there was a fire outbreak. But after the fire outbreak, he let us realize that he's going to fix the drainage system for the market, and as a result, he's going to charge a certain fee, which I can't recollect. But all said and done, he started the construction and he's done the part which was burned down. But after the construction of that site, he's not bothered to even fix that drainage system, which is causing havoc to us.
They also threatened.
Now, back to the Greater Accra, where onion traders at the Agbogloshi market remains defiant despite the ultimatum by the GOV'TS Municipal Assembly for them to relocate to Ajin Kotoku by the 1st of July 2021. Not even an amount of 500,000 cedis as transport allowance given by government to the traders through the office of the National Chief Imam will put these aggrieved traders from still postering on their situation where they have to go back to Ajin Kotoku. Today, we're told the regional minister, Henry QUARTEY, was at Ajin Kotoku with the traders, and they still went ahead to vent out their displeasure to the minister.
Onion traders at the Agbogloshi market will have to move to this new Ajin Kotoku market by 1st July 2021. The new market, though yet to be completed, was earmarked over a decade ago in a bid to decongest the central business district. A grand stakeholders deba at Ajin Kotoku was not enough to convince the onion traders.
Robin now pesa embra country mo no problem. Ya ba yidi mana janfu yi. Adan no mu say adwinsa. Se Accra mu pay mu ma ko pay bibi fufran di adwa. Aha de asoma. Ya tumi tena to geni ne. Adan
Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry QUARTEY, while addressing chiefs and people of Ajin Kotoku, pledged government's commitment to fully develop the community.
We will do whatever we can from today to ensure that this environment will be humane for them. We will go ahead to provide other facilities for them so they are able to do business here. Government is looking at re-asphalting the road here. The school, the wall to the school will be fenced. Quite a number of things will be done here. Financial institutions are coming over. So I know that the market here, by the grace of God, will expand.
The regional minister, on behalf of government, presented an amount of 500,000 cedis to various trader unions at Agbogloshi in Accra to carry the goods to Ajin Kotoku in the Ga West municipality.
And I want to appeal to the elders. They should make sure that everybody gets something. They should make sure, even if there are 500 of them, everybody should get at least 2,000 Ghana cedis. Everybody. The cattle rearers will get 100,000 Ghana cedis, and then 300,000 Ghana cedis will be for the onion sellers. So I present to you 400,000 Ghana cedis, 100,000 Ghana for the cow sellers, 300,000 for the onion sellers. This is for transportation, please. We will maintain our position on the 1st July, we're moving.
The question still remains, will the traders move?
So, Noble Crosby Annan was actually at that deba organized by the Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry QUARTEY, and he joins us in studio now to give us more on what happened at that deba. Crosby, they've been offered 500,000 Ghana cedis compensation of a sort, yet they're still hesitant to move. What else do they want done?
So, thanks for having me. The reasons they are giving, one is that the place, the Ajin Kotoku place, is small in land size compared to what they have at the former onion market and Agbogloshi market, yes. And they also say that the place is not favorable despite it being small. They allege the place is a waterlogged area, and they say that onions do not need to get that much water. It will spoil their businesses. So these two main reasons, that the land is small, the place is not favorable. The third one is that the time given them is small, but the minister says the conversation on relocating has gone on for over a decade, for the past 20 years. I understand it began under the auspices of former President John Akufo. So he says they have no bearing whatsoever to say that the duration is small and the land size he believes is perfect for them.
Let me find out from you, did the minister address this issue about with the timeline when they say 1st July is too short a time for them? Did he agree to the extending the time?
So as the minister has said, his stance has not changed. He says by 1st July they will move them. Regardless what they do, they will move them. So there's a conversation going on. The people are aggrieved, they're frustrated. They say that they will not go. But the reason the ministry is giving is that it is the minority group at the Agbogloshi market who say they will not move. According to him, as a matter of fact, the majority group of the traders have agreed to move, and some have even begun parking. So he says that concern is moot because the people who say they will not move are negligible, according to him. And there are those who do not even have stores there. There are those who run errands, do other businesses at the market. Proper onion sellers, onion traders at the market have agreed to move, he says.
On the issue regarding the size of the land and the fact that it's a waterlogged place, what has the Greater Accra Regional Minister been saying about that?
Well, on the size of the land that the traders are saying is small compared to the Ajin Kotoku area, the land size has not been communicated yet. The differences has not been communicated, but as the traders went there today, they observed that the place seems smaller than the Agbogloshi market.
All right.
The view of the traders that, the area is not being conducive for them. Comparing Agbogloshi and Ajin Kotoku yourself, with the structures they have there.
This would mean you want me to take a step, but on the face of it.
Not necessarily, but then...
before we got to Ajin Kotoku, we passed through the Agbogloshi market. There were lots of traders there dealing in onions. And the traders, as we went through the streets, they were angry, hitting the buses that they are not ready to move, and they even wanted to speak with the regional minister. So when we got to Ajin Kotoku, comparatively, with a naked eye, we were not able to go to the full extent of the new Ajin Kotoku place, but what we saw, what the traders also saw, they confirmed, was very small compared to what they have at Agbogloshi market. So they say they are not moving. They'll see what the minister will do on 1st July. We'll keep an eye on the development. And bring through us updates.
Thanks so much for bringing us that update. So Crosby was at that debate organized by the Greater Accra Regional Minister in relation to the relocation of the Agbogbloshie onion traders. We'll bring you more on this particular story as at when anything comes up. You're live on Newsnight on Metro Television. We go for a break and return shortly with more. To stay.
Towards a first charge system with 2-for-1 certification. 90Hz superfluid display. 6.95-inch Full HD+. MediaTek Helio G95 processor. Unbeatable gaming experience. Infinix Note 10 Pro, faster and smoother.
In Ghana and in Africa, there is only one place to look to get that luxurious design and decor for your offices and homes. Visit Jamila Home. We give you the climax of luxury wherever you find yourself. Presidential and executive office furniture, living room sets, dining set, stunning mirrors, adorable wallpapers, lovely king and queen size beds, valuable antiques and antique goods, beautiful chandeliers and more. Into the bargain, we provide caring customer service, prompt delivery service, skilled and artistic full house design and decor services, and free decor ideas for your space. Our products and service is unparalleled, boasting of top-tier clients all over the globe. Jamila Home, home of first-class quality furniture, beautiful chandeliers, and antiques.
You're welcome back to Newsnight. It's time to bring you the latest in business, and Winston is here. Hello, Winston.
Hello, Ifia.
What's coming up in business?
In the business front, the government of Ghana has issued a calendar from June to August 2021 on domestic borrowing and how banks can borrow from the domestic market as well. There's some more from business tonight. And now to our first business story. The government of Ghana has unveiled a new domestic debt securities issuance calendar for the period June to August 2021. The change in strategy has been made necessary by inordinate debt servicing costs, which will take up to a projected 49.5% of targeted revenues for 2021.
This new calendar overlaps the part of the immediate past one, which was released less than 2 months ago, covering the second quarter of the year, which is April to June 2021. This suggests complications in debt management and have forced a rethink of debt issuance for the period in question. The government plans to issue a gross amount of 21,960 million Ghana cedis, of which 19,864 million Ghana cedis is to roll over maturities. The remaining 2,095 million Ghana cedis is fresh issuance to meet government financing expenditures. Per this calendar, government aims to build benchmark bonds through the issuance of the instrument as follows. The 91-day and the 182-day bills will be issued weekly, while the 364-day bills will be issued bi-weekly, also through primary auction, with settlement being the transaction date plus 1 working day. All of this restricted to locally domiciled investors only. The securities of 2 years up to 10 years will be issued through the book building method and will be available for non-resident as well as resident investors.
Moving on, the integration of the platforms of Social Security and National Insurance Trust and that of the National Identification Card takes off today. According to the Director General of SNIT, Dr. John Ufuri Tenkran, this transition ties in with the country's quest to improve the ease of doing business with the trust. It makes SNIT fully compliant with the National Identity Register Regulations 2012. that is, which requires the use of the Ghana card as a means of identification for transactions pertaining to individuals in respect of pensions. There are presently 1.6 million active SNIT contributors and will be integrated with the NI platforms by the end of the year. The Director General called on all stakeholders to fully support the initiative by urging all their employees and members to ensure that they match their numbers together.
Move by SNIT implies that from 1st January 2022, SNIT contributors will no longer use their scheme numbers but will transact all businesses with a Ghana card. The Corporate Affairs Manager at SNIT, Efua Amankwa Sarkodie, said the measure will create a great deal of convenience for members since they can now use one card for all transactions. She added that Ghana card numbers of members will become their SNIT number and that the measure will create a great deal of convenience for SNIT contributors as members can now use one card, that is, the Ghana card for all transactions. She explained further that members will not have to carry two separate cards for transactions with the trust and other transactions when the Ghana card alone can perform the same function. Two platforms have been deployed for the measure of the two cards, and Efua Amankwa Sarkodie urged members to use a short code and the SNIT website.
On the interbank board today, the cedi is trading against the dollar at 5 cedi 75 pesos, while the euro is selling at 8 cedi. The price of crude oil also dropped on the commodities market today at a unit price of negative 0.95, selling at $73.10. Gold is trading at $1,779.95, with cocoa also trading at $2,351. Up next is Forex and commodities. That's it for business here on Newsnight. My name is Winston Taki Nana Entry and Ifia, standing by for the rest of the bulletin.
Winston, thanks so much for bringing us business. We go for a break and return shortly with the latest in sports with Phil John QUARTEY. Do stay.
Gets dirty and wet after wiping your sweat or blowing your nose with it. Keeping a dirty handkerchief in your pocket or bag is very unhygienic. Reusing it increases your chances of getting sick from germs. That is why I always use Flora disposable handkerchief. Flora disposable handkerchiefs is disposable, thus making it a more hygienic option. It's thick and very absorbent. With 10 tissues in a pack, Flora disposable handkerchief is better than a cloth handkerchief.
Mommy.
The Flora toilet roll, Flora multi-purpose paper towels, Flora table napkins, and Flora box tissues in a shop near you. For bill purchases, call Delta Paper Mail on 0243 033 033.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
Welcome back to Newsnight. Johnny is standing by with all the updates in sports. Hello, Johnny.
Hi, my brother. How are you?
Great.
Well, we'll be talking about the Head of State Golf Championship that ended at Achimota. We'll also focus on the European Championship. Up next, sports. My name is Feo John QUARTEY. Let's start with golf at Achimota. The third edition of the Addo State Golf Championship ended over there with Benjamin Dabra winning the ultimate prize.
The third head of state golf competition teed off on a bright weather condition at Achimota with selected golfers hoping to excel at the final hole near the clubhouse. Knowing very well what was at stake for grabs and the prize attached to the event, the golfers stroked their shots from hole to hole. The competition secretary of Achimota Golf Club, Kwekwa Fusihine, earlier in the day stole the show and brought excitement to the grounds venue after playing a hole in one shot. Ofosuhime left the venue with smiles despite not winning the ultimate prize but was duly recognized. With some golfers left to complete their play on the greens, the heavens opened. However, some were determined and played on the soggy pitch. That decision to play in the rains paid off for the likes of Letitia Mponsa-Mensah, who won the ladies' longest drive prize, and Susan Buta, who won the ladies' overall top prize with 71 points. JUDGMENT bagged 73 points to beat Joy Akutu to the ladies' second spot position on countback. Benjamin Dabra emerged the winner of the men's Group A category of the 2021 Head of State Golf Tournament with 64 points. Dabra beat Thairu Ndungu and Kalbrew Edu, who finished second and third respectively, whilst Ryan Singh grabbed the fourth place spot with net score of 71 points. The men's Group B trophy went to Ben Bath ahead of Benjamin Eduowusu, Nash Entry and Leslie Nelson. All other winners of the golf championship were all recognized at the awards and closing ceremony. The Minister of Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, who represented the Vice President at the event, commended the splendid organization and congratulated the winners. The President of the Ghana Golf Association, Mike Agri, was pleased with the turnout of the event. This year's event had as its theme Transforming the Nation Through Golf and was powered by the Ghana Golf Association and Northwestern Solutions and other corporate firms.
Let's go to London and I focus on the Wimbledon. This is because world number one Novak Djokovic to 3 after extra time.
Of course, we have Mark Clattenburg.
From Madrid, Spain beats in Croatia by 5-3 to qualify for the last 8 of the European Championship. The French are currently playing against the men from Switzerland, and they are down by 2-0. That's it for sports. My name is Phil John QUARTEY. Harriet is standing by for the latest in showbiz. Harriet.
There's a lot in entertainment news today. Something on the creative art industry and also something on BET. There's more after this. Stay tuned. The Minister of Tourism, Art and Culture has announced he is determined to change the status quo in the next 4 years. The Minister, Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim AWAL, has subsequently met with players in the creative art industry to discuss the challenges and opportunities in the industry, which remains untapped. The artists took turns to share their challenges with the industry players.
Doing a whole lot of things in my space and, trying to update my colleagues about how this job is, but I see no seriousness on my field. So I believe if we could limit this meeting to just one thing, we shouldn't even stress ourselves because there are a whole lot of problems. I'm seeing a whole lot of big people here that I think we need to acknowledge and do the right thing. And everybody just wants to hear one thing because so many things is what is killing us in the industry.
Most of the time, all we hear is a lot of plans, and then eventually, none of them achieved. So for once, let's set just a goal, because I believe that you build things one brick at a time.
In tourism, there's something we call repeat tourism. As the Minister of Creative Arts and Tourism, what are we doing to ensure that people come back to Ghana to spend more money? Because I feel that they cannot keep on going to Cape Coast Castle, Emina Castle, Kapum, and so on and so forth. So what are we doing? What new innovations are we adding to the tourism industry so that every year they can come back?
The minister assured that the concerns raised will be addressed. He also announced that his outfit will set up a 5 million cedi fund to support the creative art industry.
So I want to see how we can help each other to make the money. Make the money, grow your business, employ Ghanaians, and pay your taxes. We will make money. We are going to put Shadowale will start with 5 million cedis, seed capital, and grow it. Within 2 years, we'll have that money to support everybody. So we are going to ask you to give us 2, not today, 2 key projects. You said 1, some said 4. I want to beg all of you, 2 key projects. What can we do with 2 key projects this year and next year and make a mark?
That's definitely some great news for the creative industry. Now let's move on. American musician and actress Queen Latifah was celebrated for her impressive career on Sunday night when she was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Prize at the 2021 BET Awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rhapsody and Moni Love.
Queen Latifah became visibly emotional during Sunday's BET Awards, where she was presented with the Lifetime Achievement Award. Introducing the award was MC Light,
That's all time to allow for this edition of Newsnight on Metro Television. We came to you from the IBRAHIM City here North Region of Accra. My name is Sefia Fosua.
My name is Nana Yoenchi.
Thanks for watching. Next on your screen is the bottom line to stay.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
The world has seen a lot of evolution in recent times. Global network facilitated by trade continues to grow stronger and forge nations closer together.
On International Trade Focus,